Alright, so this is the first use of this, whatever the hell it is, deranged reverse suction contraption coffee maker thing. And I watched the video on how to make it, but we're just going to YOLO this thing and hopefully not blow up the kitchen or singe my eyebrows off. So this is the cup that they gave me, 400 milliliters, which they referred to as 400 cc's, and I guess if you actually pass science class you'd realize that 400 cc's is 400 milliliters, but I actually had to look that one up. So that's the amount of water you pour it into the top. Let's return this sucker to the top of there so we keep steam pressure like so. Now this handle is, in the picture, looked like it was supposed to be there, and I'm hoping that's the right direction it goes in, otherwise everything's going to go all over the counter. But luckily with my hand grinder here, they said that you put 5 tablespoons of coffee into this situation, and this is the spoon they gave. However, as you can see, it's non-standard and not exactly the right size, so you got to kind of use your better judgment on that one. But luckily, yeah, this is about 5.5, 6 tablespoons, so it's almost the whole thing. I got a little bit left in there, but I measured it out with the actual thing. So this thing, I don't know what the deal is with this. So they give you also this screen that you're supposed to put on there, which they recommended that you disinfect, so I boiled it. And somehow or other you're supposed to attach this like so. I don't know if this is supposed to be permanent. This is kind of a little bit of a pain in the ass, because this thing, I mean, it's cloth, so I mean, what do? You take it off every time you make a cup of coffee, and you need like a bunch of these things. I'm not really sure what's going on there. So that's what we did. We wrapped this sock around there. Now this goes into the top, and I guess we gotta make a good seal on that. Well, I probably should have put the coffee in first, so let's take this out again. Let's get this stuff. So we pre-ground the coffee, and I measured it out in this groovy little shot glass thing. I'm going to put that in there. Put this sucker back in there. Hopefully that doesn't explode. And then this supposedly goes over top of that. Now the way this jammy works is that this mechanism here holds the lid up on the flame, and when all the liquid is gone, I guess this thing rises back up and automatically closes off the flame like so. So that's what we're hoping is going to happen. Now this guy lit this thing with a torch, and I don't have that, so we're just going to try and blow ourselves up with this thing. That actually was not as exciting as I thought it was going to be, but... And now we got to wait. So we'll skip ahead here. Okay, so time elapsed has been at least 16 minutes waiting for this very inefficient heating mechanism to happen. I don't know what the perils to using preheated water would be, but that might have been the way to go in this situation, as it takes forever for this thing to heat up. But it is really hot right now, and you can see there's a good amount of residue building up on the side of the reservoir, which is going to be super groovy to clean off every single time you want to make coffee. But you can hear it and see it bubbling. It is pushing the fluid. So we do have life here. What I neglected to mention while we're waiting for this is that coffee I'm using, free product placement here. Whoop, sorry about that, guys. Is some Kona coffee. And wow, now it's really going good. So in theory, it's supposed to close itself off once it's done. It's bubbling, but as you can see, it's adding a lot of oxygen to that coffee. And there it goes. So it should start to pull it back through. And yep, the volume of the liquid is going down. It's going back into the other reservoir really quickly. There's a lot of foam. So it does add a lot of air to the coffee. It aerates the coffee, which is going to add to the softness of it, in theory. Now that's just a mess right there, you guys. I mean, this is probably the most inefficient, mechanically messiest, labor-intensive way to make a single cup of coffee you could possibly ever imagine, but Rube Goldberg would be proud. So we're going to use a clear glass because I really want to see how it comes out, and hopefully this valve works. Ow, that's a little hot. That probably should not have been metal on top. Okay, so what happens? We don't get any coffee today. So here are the directions, and yeah, very insightful. Not really quite sure why we're not able to get. Oh, and there we go. I guess you got to spin this hot thing around a few times before you can get anything out of it. That's kind of a fail. And this is actually pretty hot to touch. It should not have been metal. Ow. So, oh, well, oh, that's good. So, in order to get liquid out, the back handle has to be as close to this boiling hot cauldron as possible. So, you know, you're guaranteed to at least burn your fingers. And it does work in the front as well. So, now we just feel even stupider than we did setting this up in the first place. But it is working. All right, so that's enough for a test. Let's take a look. Doesn't look at all cloudy. Looks a little light. And I must say that I actually notice not a goddamn bit of difference from that cup of coffee than I would if I used my super awesome 1/10 of the price French press. But there you have it. That is how you use the vacuum sucky coffee making complete waste of time machine. Thanks for watching.